Hey guys, it's Madison here. Today we're going to be doing the next drawing for the Advent calendar that we had planned. And you can see I have my next drawing up on the screen just to show you guys. And I'm going to move it a little bit over here. And this one's here just to kind of help me get a better size comparison for the next drawing. And it's just going to help us with scaling. And you guys can do the same exact thing, just have your drawing right beside you when we start. And that way you can also see how big your pieces needed to be. And I'm going to get my pencil ready, and you guys, obviously, you guys can get your pencils, your paper, crayons, stuff that you're going to need for this. Eventually, you're probably going to need some kind of scissors or something, and you'll see me kind of mark up right here how big it's going to be. And today's drawing is kind of going to go along with the other drawing, which is going to be a snowman and an elf. So we're just going to start drawing our first snowman again. And you guys remember how to do that like we did last time? I think we're going to draw a smaller snowman today again. Yeah, let's just match it up with the other one. I think that looks pretty good. So we're going to draw a small snowman, and we're going to have a little elf working on him. Alright, we're just going to get the circle. And you guys remember this from last week? How we draw our snowman. So we're just going to get our first circle finished and our second circle, and we're going to erase again all the little bits that don't match. Alright, and we're going to erase all the little bits that shouldn't be on, just to try to make it a better circle. And now we're going to start on the head. And so we're going to draw our last little circle, and then we're just going to erase all the little bits around like that. There we go. Okay. Alright, next we're going to have where the elf is working on the snowman. So we're going to have him building the snowman, and I think we're going to have the snowman facing this way. And that way we're going to draw something like the hand of the snowman, and that way he could be putting in like the carrot. And actually, whenever you're drawing a hand, I'm going to show you like a bigger size. And so you typically just want to draw a circle, and then you kind of just want to put a flat top, and that's where the knuckles tend to bend down. And when you're far away, it looks just like a hand. And you can actually show them like grasping something kind of like this. So that's what we're going to do here. We're going to make it look like the elf is grabbing the nose and kind of putting the carrot in. I think we're going to erase this a little bit. And we need to show them kind of where they're going to be at on the plane or on the ground, just to see how big our elf needs to be. And I think that arm is a little bit too far down, so I think we need to draw the arm a little bit up a bit more. And we're going to start with the head, just to kind of get a better understanding of about how big the piece needs to be. And now we're going to fix the arm a little bit better. There we go. I think that looks a little bit better, kind of where his shoulder is. And we're going to finish drawing the carrot. We're going to erase this little bit here around the snowman, and we're going to put the carrot in. And fix the little hand piece there. There we are, and we're going to put the eyes, and you guys remember how to do the coals for the eyes and for the front part of the shirt. And remember that he's facing this way, so the little coals on his chest wouldn't be facing forward like the other snowman. They're going to be facing further to the side. Alright, and now we're going to finish drawing the body of the elf, and we're actually going to have him do a scarf. You guys remember how to do a scarf we showed you last time. It's just kind of a little oval. And we're actually going to raise this top little bit here, I think. And we're going to do the same thing we did last time, where it's just up and over. And that's going to make it look like the scarf is going to be right back down. And we're just going to finish with the body here. And we're going to make this like a little circle at the bottom, just to be the end of the shirt. Alright. And we're going to finish up the other arm, and that's just going to be two simple lines, just like he's holding on to the side of the snowman, okay? And if you guys ever tried to, when you're drawing and you try to erase it and it doesn't end up erasing really well, kind of like how I'm showing here, and you can still kind of see the picture, what you guys can always do is you can always get another separate piece of paper, and you can put it over the other drawing, and you can draw over it. Just as simple as that. And see, I'm going to show you how I typically do it, because I do the same exact thing a lot of times. So I just thin out my first layer, and then I just draw straight over top. Just like this. And that's how I ended up making a lot of my pieces look a lot better. And so if you guys ever have any kind of problem like that, or if you think that you've messed up a little too much, it's really easy to fix something like that. Don't ever think that you can't fix a problem that you made, because it's super easy and you can always go back, you can always erase, or you can always just redraw. That's kind of the fun when it comes to art. Alright, so I think I'm going to draw a second little elf here. I'm going to make him a little bit smaller than the first elf. So let's draw the head. And we're going to put him a hat right back on. Alright, I think I'm going to draw his ears, and I actually said we forgot to draw the ears on the first elf, so we'll go back and do that. And let's just put another little scarf on him. So again, you guys remember, it's just kind of like a little oval. Alright, and we're going to put the ears back on our first guy. And let's see, I'm going to change the hat. I'm going to actually make it a little bit taller. I'm going to make it a little bit straight, kind of like our snowman hat in the first video. And let's see, we're going to start on the nose of and we're going to start on the face. And I'm actually going to show you, I'm going to slow this down just to show you how to draw a nose. It's really simple. And so you basically do like this. And the best way to try to remember it is it's kind of like a triangle. So you just basically draw a triangle. And then you just put a line straight down the middle. And then you erase the back half of the triangle. And then you erase the part of the line that goes through the triangle, and boom, you have a nose. It's really that simple. And then you can make the chin, and we're going to make the hat just like our elf here, with an ear. And that's really the easiest way to kind of make a nose. And we're give him like some bushy eyebrows. There we go. And we can't forget the eyeball. There we go, and there's you a little elf figure. And it's really just that simple whenever you're drawing a face from the side. Whenever you draw, most things can actually be broken down into a bunch of different shapes, and we might go through those a little bit later. Kind of like what we did with the scarf and the oval. It's just a bunch of shapes all put together to make a drawing. Alright, so we're going to put down, and we're going to draw the nose, and we're going to give him a little eyebrow and eyes. And we're going to have this elf holding the arm of the snowman, because our snowman doesn't have any arms, so we're going to have the elf in the back kind of trying to help out the first elf and holding the snowman, waiting for him to need the arm. Alright, we're going to draw the legs on these guys. There we go. And I'm actually not going to draw feet, and you'll actually see, because feet can be tricky sometimes, and especially with something like this, they're standing in the snow, so we don't actually need to draw feet. You remember the last video where we just kind of had them little mounds to show where the snow was? We're going to do kind of the same thing for these guys. We're just going to draw them standing in the snow, and we just make these little circle divots here, and that's how they're standing there. Alright, we're going to draw the second arm on our back elf. There we go. And you can see I just put other little straight lines for their back leg. And it's really just that simple. Alright, and I'm going to finish the face on our second little elf here. Oh, messed up again. Hang on, I'll get it. There we go. And put his little bitty eyes and his eyebrow. There we go. Alright, and let's just touch up his hat just a little bit like that. There we go. And we can't forget that back part of the scarf. And so whenever you see me erasing these lines and kind of just redrawing them a little bit thinner, that's just to kind of help out, to make it look a little bit neater. Alright, we're going to put the other picture up just to kind of get a good size comparison. Ooh, and look at those two lines actually match up kind of. There we go. I actually like the way that looks. And I think we're going to actually make this back side kind of go down like the other side, so that way it kind of looks like they're on top of a big hill. There we go. Oh, and we're going to put another little bitty hill just right in front. Actually, let's just make that one solid line. There we go. Much better. Alright, so we're going to put the other picture away just for now. And that's what I said. You guys can keep yours just beside you just to get kind of a understanding of how big you need. Okay, and now we're going to draw the next arm for our little snowman. And we're going to have it just sitting beside the snowman this time. Alright, and I think the next thing we're going to do is we're actually going to start coloring this. I can just get the same color from the first drawing that I had. Alright, and I'm going to get my brush. Now we'll make it a little bit smaller. There we go. And alright. So you guys remember how we did the snow last time? And if you guys have just a white piece of paper, you actually won't really need to do much of this when you're coloring the snow. So you might want to add maybe a different color white instead of just having the white of the paper. Or maybe you want to add shadows, or again, you guys may not want to do a white snowman. Maybe you guys want to do like a blue snowman or a red snowman. In fact, you could even do something like a rainbow, like different color for each snowman if you want. That's more than fine. Alright, so we're just going to finish up coloring the snow on the ground. There we go. Alright, now it's about time that we start coloring our elves. So I think I'm going to make the first elf green. Or a shirt green at least. Alright, and we're going to color all of these in. There we go. And I think we're going to make the second hat. We're going to make the second elf's hat also green. Alright, and we're just going to get kind of a skin tone for him real quick, and we're just going to put one in real quick. And actually, you know what? Now that I'm seeing it, I don't think I want his hands to be that color. Instead, I think I want him to be wearing mittens. So let's get... Here we go. We'll get like bright red. And I think we're actually going to make a scarf red. There we go. I think that looks pretty good. Alright, there. I think that looks perfect so far. And I think for the second elf, we're going to make his mittens and scarf. Let's say purple. I think that looks good. Yeah. There we go. And now we're going to color the hat of the first guy. And I think I'm going to make it blue. There we go. And in fact, you know what? I think I'm also going to make his pants blue. I don't know if elves have blue jeans in the North Pole, but I suppose they might. So let's see. I think I'm going to do that. There we go. That looks perfect. And I bet you guys are wondering how I actually get my color. And you might actually see my little circle thing just kind of move about everywhere. There, like this. And that's actually me picking the color. And you can actually see the color right down here in the corner, and I'll point it out to you. And whenever you see that, that just means I'm getting a new color. So that'd be a lot like you guys just picking your crayons. And I think for our next guy, I'm going to do one of my personal favorite colors. So let's try to find him something like a teal. And there we go. And I think for his pants, I'm going to go with another one of my personal favorites. And let's just get like a magenta or like a pink. Something like that, and we'll color those pants that way. And I think that looks pretty good. There we go. And let's color... You know what? Instead of this carrot being orange, I think I'm going to go something kind of weird with it. I've been talking about how your snowman don't need to be a certain color, so I think this carrot's going to be... Let's just make it this green. There we go. And I actually like the way that looks. In fact, you know what? I'm going to put it right here. I think that looks... There we go. That looks great. Alright, I'm going to put this up, and you guys remember how we talked about cutting your pieces out? So I'm going to show you how you can move them about one to the other. There you go, kind of like this. And you can actually put one on top of the other, and you could kind of choose whether this one needs to be in the front or this one needs to be in the back. And see, you can just move them all about, and that's how you can kind of figure out in what position you want it to be in for whenever we get all of these cut out for the finished piece. And actually, you can actually see that these two actually kind of look like they match with this little hill. I didn't even mean to do it that way. So sometimes when you have drawings, they might accidentally have something like that happen all the time, and you could just kind of make it match wherever you need it to match. And that's kind of the perfect thing about trying to figure this out when it comes to drawing. Alright, and so that's going to be it for this video. So far we have 2 videos, and we're going to have the next video next Sunday with the next drawing. So we're going to get all of these cut out and finished soon, and you can put them all together and be ready for Christmas. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!